Welcome to Hobby Clubhouse with a review of the HG Gundam The Origin GM Night Seeker. The kit is a P-Bandai exclusive and follows in a line of Gundam The Origin Mobile Suit Discovery kits, which are really just MSV designs but aren't called that for some reason. This kit, along with the GM Cannon, are GM kits made exclusively for P-Bandai, while others like the Guard Type, the Sniper Custom, and the Interceptor Custom were retail kits with P-Bandai later editions. Why is that so? Beats me. The kit comes in the expected monotone printed P-Bandai box with only a shot of the kit up front, which is the same one from the MSD website. And there really isn't much else to look at on the sides. It's a standard HG box measuring 30 by 19 by 7.5 centimeters. Inside the box, you get a total of 13 runners, not counting the polycaps, with many of them being familiar faces from past Origin GM kits. What's got many people in Japan excited and speculating is this new runner with the skirt parts, which open a possibility for a Gundam The Origin's vanilla GM kit, which is a bit odd it isn't a thing yet. But then again, it did take them forever to release the HG Origins RX-78. Along the runners, there are a few foil stickers with the cameras and the blade antennas, and then the Origin staple, the clear sticker sheet with all the markings. Then there's the instructions, but they're all in black and white, and there's nothing on them but assembly instructions. If you've built Origin GM kits in the past, this won't be anything special. The build took about 2.5 hours with some detailed parts cleaning with a knife, and nothing was particularly tricky except for this one skinny antenna on the head, and there really shouldn't be many opportunities for breaking things. And when all that's done, you get the GM Night Seeker, which, let's not kid ourselves, it's an acquired taste. All MSV designs have this air of clunky, anti-common sense design to them, like the two thrusters on the back here that are attached to two skinny little stalks. How do they not tear themselves off those hinges right there? But it's MSV, so you bought it because you like it looking really messed up, just like me. You earn your card as a true MS fan by buying this. I mean, even though Origin's kit sports some very good modern proportions, this is still visually confusing and nonsensical, and you really can't make heads or tails of why it looks like this or what the functions might be. But it may sound like I don't like this kit very much, but I do. But I also realize that without any context of it being a vintage design, it really is quite ugly. But warts and all, here's the kit with all the extra hands and weapons laid out. Probably, you've already immediately noticed that there's a second head, and that's no mistake. While the welding mask does come off, and the head itself are the same parts, the antennas actually are on different sides on the two heads. The maskless face has an antenna on the left side, and this equipment is officially called the marker pod, but it doesn't really mark anything, and it's really just an advanced communications array. So having the two heads means you don't have to fiddle with the small parts, which is good because the small antenna can really break easily. And you can just swap the head you prefer, because two heads are better than one. The chest is also very unique to this MS, with these two parts fitting over the collarbone area that ends with two thrusters on the chest. And they really look dangerously close to the cockpit, and I wonder if it might cook the pilot alive or something. The backpack is an all-new mold, with a boxy backpack unit as the base, and then these two articulated thrusters added right onto the top. This rim on the thruster assembly comes off, and the thruster bell itself is its own piece, so it's actually very accommodating for painters. We'll look at the articulation of this part a little bit later, but let's talk about this pentagon on the back skirt, which is actually a new mold and perfectly recreates the drawing from the 80s, so actually Bandai knows the kind of people buying this kit. And speaking of pedantic, let's look at the new legs. The front shin armor is smoothed out just like the plain GM, and the back thrusters finally get this bald plate in their place, and again, like the standard GM. For the thighs, you'd think it's just a recolored part, but no, actually the details on them are completely different. This new one more closely matches the classic illustration, and even the backs are different, with the new ones missing the seam line running down the middle, again matching the illustration a little bit better. It's a surprising bit of extra work when they really could have just reused the old parts without too many issues, but praise where praise is due. Good work, Bandai, making crazy people like me happy in this case. Next, here's a gun of the GM Night Seeker, which has no name, but is identified as a beam rifle of some type. You may recognize it as also being held by the GM Light Armor type. It's two pieces sandwiched together, as these things are, but the seam, it really isn't very noticeable. Next is the beam spray gun that's found with every Origin gym kit, which looks fine as always. Then we have 2 beam sabers, with only one of them stored on the backpack here, and you can pull it off and fit on the beam part, and that covers all the weapons you get in the box. Next, let's look at the articulation, with the shoulders that swing both upwards and forwards, which is excellent for posing, and the vents on the armor can also swing upwards. The arms swing a full circle without any obstructions, and the arms also rotate around here fully. The elbows bend upwards very close to 180 degrees, and really nothing here has changed from the past gym releases. The head can barely turn side to side or look down because of the welding mask it has on, but it can look up a little better. The waist swings forward a great deal, almost to 90 degrees, and it also goes back quite a bit as well. The side skirts go up just a little bit, and the front skirts only a little bit as well, until you lift up the waist a little bit and cheat and let it slide in. And really, you'll need this, because the legs can now swing upwards and it comes just a bit short of 90 degrees. They swing back a little bit, but they quickly hit the back skirt. Now going back to the front skirts for a little bit, Bandai went the extra mile here and actually made the skirts 2 pieces, so actually all you have to do is cut this bottom brace piece, and yes, the front skirts can be split apart. Now back to the legs. The knees are double jointed and they do bend close to 180 degrees. The feet swings forward and backwards just a little bit, but they do swing side to side a good deal if you move the ankle armor to accommodate it. The thrusters on the chest are on ball joints and they can point in any angle you like. These 2 thrusters on the backpack don't move. But the stocks can angle up and down as well as swing along this single axis. The thrusters themselves are connected to another such joint, so they do rotate along the peg, and then they swing along the one axis on this joint. And here's a look at the extra parts that come in the box. The leg parts here were already shown earlier, and they can be used on the leg with no problems if you prefer, as can be the different colored side skirts. The white chest vents are for the Gym Sniper Custom and will not fit on this kit, even though you do get 2 sets of them right here. Now that we've seen everything in the kit, here's a Hobby Clubhouse 3-point verdict on the HG Gundam The Origins GM Night Seeker. Number 1, it's ugly, but it's not lazy. This kit is no quick slapdash job, and believe me, Bandai knows how to do a slapdash job. It goes out of its way to be faithful to the 1980s design, even to the minute details, and things like the extra head and the front skirt that you can split really shows that they really cared about making this kit up to the high standards in any retail release. Good ones anyway. But it's still ugly. MSV really isn't for everyone, and it's a terrible place to start if this is going to be your first kit. So maybe P Bandai was the right place to be selling this. What you see is what you get, so don't be under the impression that this is some hidden gem and that it's gonna look better when you have the thing in your hand. Consider that when you're deciding to buy this kit or not. Finally, it's great for gym fans. If you've been collecting Origin gyms, then this is a wonderful treat because really no one expected this to be made. It leaves the door wide open for other releases like the GM Night Seeker 2, and the light armor, and possibly a standard gym. The future is bright for crazy gym fans because if we can have something as niche as this, man, we can have anything. So, that's it for the Hobby Clubhouse review of the GM Night Seeker. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified when there's a new video from Hobby Clubhouse. Come hang out with us on social media, and I'll see you next time.